that's a big question. Do they get a viable? Right now they have Max Garcia, who was a cast-off from Arizona. Not bad, but a cast-off. Andrew Thomas, who looks really good. They got Feliciano from the Bills,
Buffalo,
who was kind of a part-time starter, part-time backup. They got Glowinski from Indiana. He's very good. And then the other tackle, Matt Pert. That ain't happening, Matt Pert.
Well, they're going to draft. They're definitely drafting a tackle. And if they don't draft two tackles in the first round, they'll draft a guard. There's a lot of good guards in the later rounds. This is
another
a guard
position
draft.
we didn't talk about.
Yeah.
With the Giants, that worries me about the offense is tight end. I mean, I'm not feeling Ricky Seals-Jones is the answer. I mean, he's not a bad player, but again, if you look at it, Galladay, injury prone, didn't have a first good year. Tony, lots of talent, explosive, not a great route runner. Shepard coming off injury. Your tight end is Ricky Seals-Jones. Are you guys feeling that that's the type of receiving core that's going to help Daniel Jones a lot this year?
No.
I don't think so.
I think they go for McBride in the second round. A lot of teams are going to be looking at McBride. I think he will fall to the second round. If he's still sitting there, I don't know where the Giants are drafting.
Early in the second round.
Yeah,
so.
they can get themselves McBride, and they can really solidify that tight end position. I think he's the best tight end on the board.
If not,
I think they need a lot of things to help Daniel Jones on offense. So I can't get into this 10-win conversation till we fix all these problems. And tight end, line, wide receiver, maybe QB. I mean,
no, I think I think they're set in QB. I really like Daniel Jones. I think if they put the right pieces around him, he'll succeed. To finish up with you, I want to get into the New York Mets. And the Mets going into this season, a lot of Met fans were very excited. I mean, Marte, Lindor having a good spring training, which means nothing. You bring in Max Scherzer. You thought that you were going to have Jacob deGrom and Max Scherzer in the top of that rotation for the whole season, 30 starts. I mean, that would have been a dynamic 1-2 punch we've never seen before. It didn't fall that way. I didn't think it was going to fall that way. Max isn't 100% healthy as well as Jacob deGrom. What really looked good, his first start was Bassett. I thought he was fantastic, by the way.
He was great last year. He was an all-star.
Yeah, he looks fantastic. He really does. I think he's looked the best out of all the pitchers for the Mets. But what are your thoughts going into this season? What is your expectations? How many wins do you think this team has?
So let me speak for Mets Nation, if I may.
Mm-hmm.
We are also happy with Uncle Stevie. That's what we call him, Uncle Stevie, our new owner, because he's going to spend money after all those years of Wilpon trying to use the team to pay themselves back from the Madoff debt. So the very fact that we have a payroll close to $300 million is so shocking to Met fans. All we can do is jump up and down with glee and happiness. All right, so start there. Before we even get into the players, we're happy. We love Uncle Stevie. We love Buck Showalter. We have an adult, someone that actually knows what he's doing as a manager with massive experience that's turned around a lot of teams. Maybe he never won the big one, but he made a lot of teams better in his life. 4 times did he take a team and make them much better. So I got Showalter. I got Uncle Stevie. Uncle Stevie goes and gets me 4 big-time free agents, right? Mm-hmm. Eduardo Escobar, Canha, Sterling Marte, and, of course, the great Max Scherzer. So how the heck can Met fans not be optimistic? I mean, look what we have now. A guy with $15 billion that wants to make us good. So what I'm trying to say is we're happy. We're very, very happy. We're on the right track. I think we're going to win 90-plus games. Wow. I think we're going to go to the playoffs. And if DeGrom and Scherzer are healthy for the playoffs, watch out for the Mets.
Wow.
A lot of optimism there. So what was your impression of the first couple of games so far with the bullpen? Because it's been kind of shaky to start the season. That was the one area they really didn't spend a lot of money in. They lost Aaron Loop. True. And also with these other pitchers hurt, can you trust even some of the young fringe pitchers to really get it going? Because we know the lineup is talented and deep.
Well, look, I am not a huge Diaz fan, although I'm a Mets fan, because he seems to pitch like really well 10 times in a row, then get blown out 2 times in a row. He's kind of an odd guy. Sometimes the pressure gets to him, yet he's got tremendous stuff. And he's my closer, and I wish him well. But I'll tell you who I love over the years, and he didn't have a good year last year, but he had some injury issues. But the prior 3 or 4, Seth Lugo's been great. Been a great pitcher in the Major League Baseball. Look at his numbers. He's been a very strong relief pitcher. So we have him, right? We got the guy, the former Yankee and Red Sox guy.
Ottavino.
Trevor May's hurt now, so I don't know what's going on with him. Drew Smith is okay. To answer your question, they may need another arm in the bullpen. Right now, you look at where they're at with Trevor May hurt, right? Didn't bring back Loop, which I thought was a big mistake, and now they may need another arm. I have no argument with you there. Although I'm wondering if the starters are going to be okay. I don't know. When we got to wait for DeGrom to come back, but I have some hope for Carrasco. I like Walker. Bassett has looked really great in that first start. He was great last year. Scherzer. So and McGill, the guy pitching tonight. How about him? He pitched great opening day.
I'm going to throw you a curveball. Bassett has the best record as a starting pitcher for the New York Mets this year. That's what I think is going to happen. So I was very surprised at his stuff and what he has. I think he has amazing stuff, and he really was a good baseball. I heard he was a good basketball player. He was a better basketball player than a baseball player, but he threw a 92, 93 mile per hour fastball when he was in college, and they forced him to play baseball, and he didn't even I don't even think he got drafted. Okay, right. So which is pretty amazing story, and he's a fantastic pitcher, really is.
Guys, I'm a Mets fan. We've not had a great 20 years, and we're seem like we're on the right track right now. I'm an old man. You guys are these young guys. I'm an old man. I've learned patience. What's that?
I'm getting there. I'm going to be 40 this year.
All right. Well, I'm going to be 60 on my birthday. So, 60. That's really old.
2 milestones.
But I've learned patience. And sometimes you just have to enjoy the ride. And with the Mets this year, we're on the right track. We have a lot more talent than we've had the last few years. By the way, and the team seems like it's being run properly. Right. We're investing in analytics. We're doing a better job with the minor league program. It seems like we're on the right track. All I want from the Mets this year, I'm not going to sit here and be like, we're going to win the World Series. I have no freaking clue. But I think we're on the right track. I think we'll be a playoff team. And I think a lot of Mets fans will be thrilled with that, just to get back to the playoff and know the team is on the right track.
I see. So before we let you go, and you said the Mets are going to have 90 wins, which I think is a little too high, but I predicted, what did I say, 86, 87?
No, I think you said 91. I said 86.
Did I say?
You said both. You said the Yankees 96 and the Mets 91.
All right.
I said 86.
All right. So I did say 91. All right. You see, it just shows you my memory. Before we let you go, what player on the Mets do you think is going to stand out from all the rest this year, and why?
Lindor.
Really?
I think Lindor goes back to being one of the premier shortstops in baseball. I think whatever happened last year is over. I think he feels better now. He's comfortable with the team. He's got a lot of talent around him. And I think Lindor bounces back and has a big, big season.
Interesting.
All right, my last question. I see you're wearing a North Carolina hat. Your reaction to them ending the storybook career of Coach K.
Of course.
And well, I have to do it. And we got a Duke fan sitting across from me right now. So,
I didn't realize.
So, what was your impression of that game?
This was such a nice conversation. So I heard we have a Duke fan here. Well, we certainly enjoyed ending Coach K's career and beating him not only in the Final Four, which was a dream come true, but beating him in Cameron that night where the whole friggin' college basketball world acted like we weren't even at the game, like we didn't even matter, like we were just a bunch of scrubs standing on the sideline. And then we went out in the court.
As well as you should have been.
All your big Duke fancy people in the bleachers, and we kicked their butt. We kicked their butt off the court, and then we did it again in the Final Four. Want to ask that question again? Because I can answer that question all night.
No, I think we heard enough of that.
Tar Heels.
Yeah, you're Tar Heels, all right. You need to be tar and quicksand. How's that sound? Anyways, we really appreciate you, Jim, man. We really appreciate you taking the time and joining us. And I know
you're invite me.
Absolutely, and we'd love to get you on again. Speedy will definitely reach out to you. You're a very good Samaritan and a very good legislator. So there you go.
Thank you. I had a good run. It was fun.
But he also has a son that goes to South Carolina, so we have to get him back on for college football season for Errol's favorite quarterback.
Oh, please.
He's a Gamecock. My son is a Gamecock. And by the way, they won the national championship in women's college basketball, as you guys know. I could tell you know your stuff.
And they had such a dominant defense, too.
There is a player that went to, South Carolina?
Yeah.
South Carolina, who I can't absolutely stand.
Well, that's what we'll have to get on for college football season. Their new quarterback, Errol's not a fan of.
Well, you don't like Spencer Rattler.
Oh, I can't stand him. I can't.
We have to love him now. He's our quarterback.
I can't.
I want to tell you guys what my son did. So after they won the national championship for women's college basketball, they have a tradition at South Carolina. Whenever they win a championship, the entire school descends on the fountain outside the library, and 5,000 kids jumped into the fountain to celebrate the women winning national championship.
You know what I would have done?
Pretty cool.
You know what I would have done? I would have grabbed Spencer Rattler's legs and stuck it in there and dipped his head like I was dipping him in a toilet bowl.
I don't know if he was there.
Give him a swirly or something.
There. I got the video of my son jumping in the fountain. I don't know if Spencer was there. I'll check though.
Well, you tell Spencer I'd love to come down there and smack him around a couple of times. That kid is the most. What's the word? Narcissist.
You think he's cocky. So
he's a narcissist. Him and his family. They're a bunch of narcissist people. I watch QB1. It's enough. I know everybody says quarterbacks are narcissists. That kid is on a whole nother level of narcissism. So I don't like him.
Maybe Spencer Rattler needs the intensity of the women's basketball team.
Yeah, well, he likes to look at him, so there you go. Anyways, thank you, my friend.
Thanks for the invitation. Nice
Absolutely. We really enjoyed you, and we'll have you on very, very soon, definitely.
Great. Thank you, guys. Good chat.